All right, hey, Shalom Makim. First and foremost, giving all praises, glory, and honor to our powers, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Racha HaKodash, hey, giving double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that have told us this truth, that are constantly ruling well through the spirit of power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. A peace, mercy, and blessing to the sincere Akim, the brothers that are out there pushing this word, and wholeheartedly in truth and in sincerity, that are not wavering to the left nor to the right, but constantly staying on that straight and narrow, fighting for your crowns in these last days that we are truly living in. Hey, shalom to the few sisters, the Aguas that are out there. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners, those that may look like the other nations, but their seed line goes back to our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Hearty shalom, shalom, shalom. Fair use disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. All right, so, pretty much, what's going on right now is pretty much, brothers, I encourage them, brothers, to watch that movie, Leave the World Behind, all right, because why Esau is pushing that, look, we are definitely in those times, man. We definitely in those times where, okay, this current world that you're used to, buying and selling, traveling, work, family, whatever, all right? Hey, all this shit be getting ready to come to an end, okay? And just like this movie depicts, it depicts a lot in there that personally, I might not be able to cover everything, because there's a lot of points that were made that would definitely go back to what we've been saying, according to the scriptures, all right? The time of what? Jacob's trouble, all right? Evil that are getting ready to be what? Multiplied on every side, all right? Sorrows, okay? And what I do want to do, I want to play this particular scene, okay? Show you like how Esau is getting ready to set it up, because it's dealing with a cyber attack, and we already know that these Edomites, they create the boogeyman, all right? They want pressure from above, pressure from below, all right? Problem, reaction, solution, okay? They the WEF, you shall own nothing and be happy. All this is getting ready to come to play, all right? And everything they've been talking about, that they just put it in movies. Most people gonna watch it. Just like, for example, my sister was telling me about it before, brothers was going heavily onto it, doing videos on it, and she thought it was whack. I watched it and was just locked in through the spirit. Like, everything that we've been talking about, it's like it's getting ready to get hectic out here, so to speak. All right, a great tribulation. You about to be pressed upon on all levels. All right, so Salakia for rambling, but let me see if I can get this scene together. All right, because it's about in 2-hour mark. You had to get all the way 2 hours in just to get this piece of information out of this movie. But nevertheless, I'm gonna try to bring it, all right, to show brothers. All right, let me see. Look at that, 144.
He's not. I'm telling.
That was my first click on it. So that's just the spirit.
Useless. Useless.
I saw flamingos in our pool last night. The animals are trying to warn us. They know something. They know something that we don't. It's like when dogs know storms are coming.
There's more bike tracks up ahead.
We should go back to the house. My dad is probably there. Maybe he can help us.
I'm not going anywhere without Rosie. That house. It's got to be where she went.
All right, let's go back and see if they found Rose. Shit. What's going on? Before we go, I need to know that you're on the level with me. No matter how far this thing goes, I need to know that we're good. Because if what just happened here is happening everywhere, we need to get to that bunker Danny told us about, and we need to get there now.
What are you talking about? You know something?
I had a sneaking suspicion, but I wanted more information first. All the signs were there, sure, but I didn't want to scare anyone. You'd have called me crazy because it is crazy. It would have made more sense if we were on the brink of an all-out invasion. But this... I didn't think we'd actually let something like this happen. I thought we were smarter than that.
But what happened?
Because my primary client works in the defense sector, I spent a lot of time studying the cost-benefit analysis of military campaigns. There was one program in particular that terrified my client the most. A simple 3-stage maneuver that could topple a country's government from within. The first stage was isolation. Disable their communication and transportation. Make the target as deaf, dumb, and paralyzed as possible, and setting them up for the second stage. Synchronized chaos. Terrorize them with covert attacks and misinformation. Overwhelming their defense capabilities, leaving their weapon systems vulnerable to extremists in their own military. Without a clear enemy or motive, people would start turning on each other. If done successfully, the third stage would happen on its own.
What's the third stage?
A coup d'etat. Civil war. Collapse. This program was considered the most cost-effective way to destabilize a country. Because if the target nation was dysfunctional enough, it would, in essence, do the work for you. Whoever started this wants us to finish it.
As you see, you know, he pretty much broke it down. All right, that 3-stage, okay, and this is what the Klaus Cotton Schwab been talking about. You know, communications, grid failure, cyber attacks. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much this current way that the world is being ran by. You know what I'm saying? Everything's going to just change, all right, in a short term of notice, all right, because they ain't expected. They were just on a vacation, you know, to pretty much get away from the, you know, everyday work life, you know, scenario, all right, to pretty much have family time. And the next thing you know, some random people show up at the door. They thought it was random, you know what I'm saying, which actually happened to be the house owner, him and his daughter, all right, and then things just started escalating, all right, lives just became pretty much disrupted, all right, and they was on the outskirts. The movie don't even depict and show you, like, you know, what was going on in the inner cities, except for like that last part. You know, I didn't play it, but you know, they you know, it goes back to the wood scenery with the daughter and you know, the Edomite dude's wife. You know what I'm saying? And they were looking at the city from afar, okay, and they were seeing how pretty much buildings were on fire, things were exploding, you know what I'm saying? And you could hear from the distance the screams, right? Because you know it was pretty much going down in the cities, okay? But one thing I'm gonna start with, the girl, before we got to her father, where he was explaining pretty much how to melt down a society from the inside out. She was mentioning how the animals know first, right? Let me get this, the storks. It's in the book of Jeremiah. Let me see. It's just, let me see. Here it is. This is Jeremiah 8:7 says, "Yet the stork in the heaven knoweth her appointed times, and the turtle and the crane and the swallows observe the time for their coming. But my people know not the judgment of the Lord." All right, and this is what the Lord is getting ready to bring. All right, is major judgment, calamities. Okay, you know, because it pretty much shows you how, look, with all communication down, you know, you can't contact nobody. You nobody can contact you, and then wherever you at, that's pretty much where you stuck at. All right, so just like we've been saying, you know, it's gonna be like the love of many waxing cold, because to show you that before he was in the car, they went to his buddy's house, George, you know, which is pretty much the Jake, and his buddy pretty much turned on him, pulled a gun on him. You know what I'm saying? "I'm not gonna help you. Pretty much a society has collapsed. I'm gonna take care of my own sort of deal." All right, and that's how it's gonna be out here. The love of many is going to wax cold. It's going to be civil wars. It's going to be chaos. It's going to be looting and robbing. It's going to be, it's getting ready to get real out here. 2 Kings 16 and 37. It's, "Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack." All right, and as you watching that movie, you see like they kept having these frequency sounds, you know, and later you hear them back to like coming periodically throughout the movie, you know, and there's a scene where pretty much her son, he gets bit by like a tick or something, and then he gets sick, and then he's able to he starts pulling his teeth out and shit, you know, the teeth just start easily coming out. So come to find out, wavelength sickness type of deal, you know, and that's what he was pretty much having. And then even the daughter, when she even went to the bunker that they was pretty much talking about to go to, she was already there, which you know, they always show an Edomite pretty much being in tune and being in the spirit, you know, because she was the one that was giving a scenario she watches I think a show or something, and it happened to be evolving around this man believing in God, praying, and they got the warning, you know what I'm saying, to evacuate because they was close to like maybe an ocean or something like that. And then the dude was like, "No, I'm not gonna leave. I'm just gonna trust in God. I'm gonna believe." You know what I'm saying? Which somebody came by with a boat to, "Hey, come on, give him a boat. We gonna go. Get out of here." He said, "No, I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna believe." Then somebody came with a chopper. I dropped down the ladder. You know what I'm saying? And then he didn't want to climb the ladder to dip, so he ended up drowning, like she was explaining to her mother, you know. So pretty much, you know, when he got to heaven, so to speak, you know, he was angry at God, saying, "God, why you didn't protect me? I thought you loved me," you know. And that's what a lot of you people fail to realize, that see, the Most High gives you warning. He gives you warning through whom? The prophets, all right. That's the alarm. That's the news. She told her mother, "Well, from the words of pretty much God's mouth, well, I gave you the news. That was the emergency alert, right? Then I sent you a boat. Then I sent you a chopper to get you out of there. All right. So we have to understand that we got to apply these scriptures in wisdom. All right, because see, we're not being built up for no particular reason. We're being built up to walk and utilize these words. You know, so when she's actually in the bunker, she was like pretty much, "I'm tired. I'm not gonna wait." She was the one that said, "I'm not gonna wait." You know, she was the Edomite that said that, "I'm not gonna wait." You know, so she was the first one to actually make it to that house. But then she turned the power on as she got in there, and on the screen it was talking about there was a lot of radiation that was on the surface level. So Esau gonna have all type of shit that's gonna be affecting people, and you know these people walking around with the Capri Sun, that juicy juice inside their body, you know, that Tampico juice, man, you know. So hey, it's gonna be a lot of plagues. It's gonna be a lot of pestilence. There's gonna be a lot of deaths that's gonna be out here. All right, that movie shows a lot. It's foreshadowing things to come. All right, let me keep reading this like here. You know, it says, "As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringing forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment." All right, so we're in a period of birth pains. All right, and we're in a time where we're seeing the birth pains. Okay, we're reporting on them, and majority of the people out here, they're caught up on what? the holiday season. All right, everybody shopping, everybody getting ready for a so-called Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Everybody getting ready for the so-called New Year's. You know, so this is that mirth that people are in. Hey, the scriptures say, hey, do we make mirth, seeing that what the sword is being furbished? You know, it's going to be a lot of misinformation that's going to be out here. It's going to be a lot of confusion that's going to be out here, you know. All right, and Esau has already been setting the trap, all right, setting the narrative, all right, for your mind, making you believe that, okay, if it's a T attack, okay, it could be because the borders were open, all right, we allowed so many migrants in here, all right, and now they simultaneously letting off suitcase pocket nukes all throughout Babylon, all right, they shutting the grid down, you know, all right, because in that movie it show all type of things that we've been talking about over the years, you know what I'm saying, planes falling out the sky, you know what I'm saying, all right, boats crashing into shores, everything's going to be pretty much off grid, you know what I'm saying, and even the matter of fact, I'm gonna just go to it in second 15. I'm gonna read this first, all right? It says her womb, which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. All right, sorrow shall come upon it on every side. O my people, hear my words. Make ye ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. All right, because see, hey, it's gonna be a time we're gonna have to be moving. Pilgrim is somebody that has to travel, you know. All right, getting out of Dodge. All right, probably not staying in one place for too long. You know, these are gonna be real life scenarios that we're gonna have to deal with. You know, and just like that, the Edomite husband, you know, he was trying to get the medicine from George's pretty much homeboy, his contractor that helped him build his house. Well, he was crying and pleading like a female, man. He was crying and pleading like a goddamn woman, okay? Because he said, all I know how to do is just use my cell phone. That's all I know. I don't know nothing more than what goes on in our cell phone, and that's majority of these Americans, all right? Your wallet, your contacts, you know what I'm saying? Everything that you got is pretty much inside of your cell phone, and the convenience of it has dumbed us down, you know? It has dumbed us down. It literally has dumbed us down, okay? These cell phones. So when people are out here and they don't know what to do, they're gonna be in a state of as a woman. Even men. Jeremiah 30:6. It says, ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned to paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. All right, and that's going to be the elect. Only the elect are going to be taken care of. You know, the animals can be a guide for you. You know what I'm saying? We could stumble across or get privy to some information that is going to lead us to a location that's going to be a storehouse full of goods, you know? All right? Hey, it's going to be bad out here, but guess what? The Lord is going to take care of his servants, you know? Just like he told you in the book of Isaiah, all right? My servant shall eat, all right? But everybody else shall pretty much cry and howl for vexation, because they ain't going to know what the hell to do. They ain't gonna have no sense of relief, all right? And Esau, ultimately, we know that, hey, he wants to push that new world order, so he's got to break you, all right? A part of breaking you is to make you experience a despair that you never felt before, and that comes with what? A lot of comfortability, man. You know, most people are coming here. You have a car to drive. You know what I'm saying? You got a heater, you know, in your house. You know, you got a warm bed. You got blankets. You know what I'm saying? You got drinking water. You know, all right. Wait till all these things are not accessible, okay? And when you find them not to be accessible, that's when most people are gonna lose their minds, all right? Most people are gonna lose their mind, okay? Slack it. Let me go to let me see. This is Ezekiel chapter 7. We go to Ezekiel chapter 7. I'm gonna start at verse 4 because this whole chapter is good, but I'm gonna start at verse 4. It says Ezekiel 7 and 4, it says, and my eye shall not spare thee, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thy abomination shall be in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh all right, you're going to know, all right, the terror of the Lord, all right, because he said he's going to recompense your own ways. See, all this wickedness that's going on out here in Babylon the Great, all right, the Lord pretty much going to make a stop to it, all right, and he's going to leave you out to your ruins. All right, a wickedness does not prosper, okay, in the times of affliction, but righteousness does. Righteousness saves us from what? Death, okay? It says, thus saith the Lord, power and evil and only evil, behold, is come. So that's why the prophets are constantly harping on bad times, bad times, bad times. Evil times are coming. Evil times are coming. The message is not going to change, okay? All right, and pretty soon, Esau shut down freedom, so-called freedom of speech, you know, because he's already doing it with these platforms with censoring. You know what I'm saying? I think BitChute is being targeted. YouTube has definitely been targeted. We constantly getting our videos flagged, taken down, channel locked out. You know, more is that to come. Okay, where they're going to keep censoring, they're going to stop the prophets from speaking. But that's all prophecy. All right, the Lord say the prophet's mouth, their tongue is going to cleave to their roof, and they shall not be a reprover to their people anymore. All right, we're not going to give you the correction. Tell you, all right, to trust in these holy names. All right, because why? The names have been pushed out. The Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, that vibration, those holy names, those blessed names have been pushed out there. All right, so a lot of jakes that take the names for granted. Okay, and you're going to wish that you took heed to the message of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All right. Sincerely, you know, it says, verse 6, an end is come, the end is come, watch it for thee, behold, it is come. All right, because see, you're not going to see it when it happens, just like they didn't see it. You know, the story of the Jake and his daughter, they was pretty much coming from like some extravagant show, you know, where they was enjoying themselves, having a good time. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it's going to catch majority off guard, because why? The Lord said he's going to come as a thief in the night. You know, thieves don't let you know what time they're going to break into your crib. They just come in the mid times of the hour and while you sleep or while you gone, and they take what you got. You know, so that's how this destruction is going to happen. It's going to happen when you least expect it. Okay, and it's going to be one thing after another, after another, after another, after another. You know, it's going to be pretty much to a boiling point. All right. Oh, it's going to get bad out here. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, Yahweh Bashimam Shai, he's going to take care of his chosen. All right, let's keep reading. Right, it says, the morning is come unto thee, O thou that dwellest in the land. The time is come, the day of trouble is near, and not the sounding again of the mountains. Ain't going to be birds chirping. Ain't going to be sweet sounds. Ain't going to be soft, chill moments. No, it's going to be just horrors, man. All right, it's going to be that feeling of heaviness. All right. That feeling of what should I do? What can I do? All right. What can be done? You know, because everything's going to be a lack. Everything's going to stop. I ain't going to be no more truckers coming in to drop food off at these stores. These stores going to be emptied out. They're going to be raided. People's houses going to be raided. People going to band together to support each other in order to feed each other. It's going to be communities. All right. It's going to be class wars, race wars. All right. It's going to be insurrection of the government. It's going to be all type of chaos out here, okay? It's not going to be a pleasant time. And if they do it in the wintertime, it's cold out here. Like, we in California, so we feel those Santa Ana winds. Those Santa Ana winds, they're strong enough to knock trucks over, man. You know? Diesels, okay? All right, so there's other spots around the world. Chicago is cold. New York gets cold. You know what I'm saying? So that wintertime, people are definitely going to freeze to death. All right, being left outside, being out in the cold, especially at night. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be terribly bad out here. Okay? It says, verse 8, now will I shortly pour out my fury upon thee and accomplish my anger upon thee, and I will judge thee according to thy ways and will recompense thee for all thine abomination. And my eyes shall not spare, neither will I have pity. I will recompense thee according to thy ways and thy abominations that are in the midst of thee. And ye shall know that I am the Lord that smiteth. Behold, the day cometh, it cometh, the morning is gone forth. The rod have blossomed, pride have budded. Violence is risen up into a rod of wickedness. None of them shall remain, nor of their multitude, nor of any of theirs. Neither shall there be welling for them. The time is come, the day draw near. Let not the buyer rejoice, nor the seller mourn, for wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. So even if you got businesses, it doesn't matter. You can own your own business. You know, you can have a nice car. You know what I'm saying? You can have money stored in the location. None of that is going to matter. Everything's going to be in vain. All right, the system is going to be completely dropped. Everything runs digitally. All right, cash is not going to be worth nothing. Okay. So everything that you have, that you work hard for, is all going to be worthless pretty soon. It's going to be pretty much survival, okay? All right, it's what's going to be. You're going to be in straight survival mode, okay? All right, you ain't going to be able to have no money coming through your job. All that's going to be shut down. None of that shit's going to fucking matter, man. You know what I'm saying? All right, you work hard for that best car that you want, that best Dodge, you know what I'm saying? All right, whatever, you know, BMW, you always want it. You know what I'm saying? None of that shit's going to matter, okay? That's why faith is going to be important, you know? Faith. Who has the faith of Yahweh B'Shem Avashai? That's what's going to be important. That's what's going to be worth something, you know? Let me keep reading. It says, verse 12, the time has come, the day draw near, let not the buyer rejoice, nor the seller mourn, for wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. For the seller shall not return to that which is sold, although they were yet alive, for the vision is yet touching the whole multitude thereof, which shall not return, neither shall any strengthen himself in his iniquity of his life. They have blown the trumpet, even to make all ready, but none goeth to the battle, for my wrath is upon all the multitude of thereof. All right, so look, there it is, okay? You might think that you're going to return back to life as normal. Let's just wait it out. Let's hope for good. No, Esau has an agenda. All right, and this is part of, really, Esau's agenda is part of who? Yahweh B'Shem Avashai's agenda, all right? To what? Destroy this economy, destroy this society. The American society is getting ready to fall, all right? We're getting ready to see the America, Babylon, the Great fall, all right? And we know that America has a lot of enemies. So hey, America be invaded, you know, because in that movie they mentioned whom? Russia, they mentioned China, they mentioned the Koreans, you know what I'm saying? They mentioned Iran, okay, pretty much, you know, and one thing, the slogan, which I'm gonna just say DTA, that was a slogan that was in there on one of the flyers. So you had down in San Diego, they was getting message. One of the dudes got a message from San Diego that they was saying that the Koreans were dropping their flyers down there. Then where they was pretty much Rhode Island, you know. I believe that's like New York, right there next to New York, you know. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but pretty much that they was getting that Israeli like language, you know what I'm saying? And they had and one of the boys, the Edomite son, he knew what was the slogan. It was DTA because of a video game. So even a lot of these video games, they're predicting and showing you what's getting ready to come down the pike. You know, let me see. Let me go to 2nd Ezra 6:15 because I was mentioning the point earlier about how they was blocking off the roads. Right, because that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna block the roads off. You know, because they had all the Teslas self-driving. Crashing to each other, you know, because that's one thing everybody gonna try to do. Everybody gonna panic. Everybody gonna try to run to the inner city, you know, or try to run to hospitals. You know, none of that shit's gonna help you. Hospitals ain't gonna help you. All right, in the inner cities, that's gonna be the worst place that you ever want to be. You know, you really got a better chance of being on the outskirts versus you being in the inner city. But it's like it. This is 2nd Ezra 15. I'm going to start at verse 10. It says, behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. Why? Because most people still believe on this system. They still believe on this current system, all right? Most people believe in the narrative that is being pushed by the government, you know? Most people are going to believe in emergency alerts, all right? Come to your nearest FEMA, come to your nearest sanctuary, all right? So you're going to be led as a flock to the slaughter, all right? Because why? You put your trust in Pharaoh. You put your trust in Egypt, okay? Which is America, man, all right? No, your trust as an Israelite, okay, you should put your trust in Yahweh B'Shem Avashai, point blank period. That's it, all right? That's it. That's all. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before and will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plagues and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it, right? And mind you, even Cotton Swab, he even said out his own mouth that the Uno Nueve, okay, that is going to be like watered down compared to this next lockdown. You know what I'm saying? This next pretty much cyber attack. That shit ain't gonna be nothing. All right, the 2020, you know, March. You know what I'm saying? Brothers know what I'm talking about. That's gonna be like a walk in the park compared to what they got in store for you. You know what I'm saying? All right, which is gonna be a great tribulation. All right, you going to word tribulation means to what? Be pressed upon. All right, you're gonna be pressed on all sides, man. All right, when you pressing something, it causes a great squeeze. All right, because you squeezing everything out of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you got a juicer. All right, the clog, it spins, but it spins to the point where once the fruit goes inside, all right, it's supposed to squeeze everything out of it. All right, so everybody's getting ready to get squeezed to a level that, you know what I'm saying, hey, you ain't gonna be able to get out of it, man. Esau's gonna break you, okay, right? It says they that till the ground, and Slakia, they gonna break you for the purpose of what? That C hit, that micro C hit, that charagma, all right? Because Esau does got a plan to what? Restore things, but how he wants to restore things and come and save the day, it's gonna be like, hey, come over here, take this, all right? And we got communities where it's food, shelter, all right? And we'll house you, but you got this is the condition, you know? and majority of people are gonna line up, all right? They're gonna be like that lamb being led to the slaughter. Okay, it says verse 13, it says, they that till the ground shall mourn, for the sea shall fell through the blasting in hell, and with a fearful consolation, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. So it's gonna be people fighting against each other. Isaiah 19 and 1, you know, and 2, you know, Egyptian and Egyptian, you know. All right, hey, it's gonna be Edomites on Edomites. Okay, hey, it's pretty much like they say. It's gonna be a bloodbath out here. It's gonna be a straight bloodbath. All right, it's gonna be straight raw and rugged. You know, it says, for the sword and destruction draweth nigh. One people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For they shall be sedition amongst men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. All right, and just like the end of the movie, which is pretty cheesy, but I understand the end of the movie. The little girl, she wanted to watch Friends. You know, and like the daughter said, oh, that was like a nostalgic time that pretty much, you know, never existed. You know what I'm saying? And that's what she said. It made me happy, you know, because she couldn't watch it, but she got to watch it pretty much at the end when she found the bunker. But see, that nostalgic time that they show you on TV, that mirage, that make believe fantasy, that this is how life is supposed to be, this is how friends are, you know, always the good times. That's not reality. Reality is getting ready to set upon you people, and it's coming very fast. All right, matter of fact, let me go over here to man, it's because Second Ezra is speaking a lot to me right now, you know. Second Ezra chapter 8, all right, in verse 50. All right, Second Ezra 8 and 50. For many great miseries shall be done unto them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. All right, so this is why destruction is coming, because most people walk in great pride. All right, majority of Americans are proud. All right, and the Lord's getting ready to what? Bring it into this place, you know. Matter of fact, Isaiah 26 and 3. It's like it. Isaiah 26 and 3. It says, Thou will keep him in perfect peace. Whom is the him? The elect of Yahweh Shemel Shai, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusteth in thee. Trust ye in the Lord forever, for the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai is everlasting strength. For he bringeth down them that dwelleth on high, the lofty city. What's that lofty city? America. All right, he layeth it low, even to the ground. He bringeth it even to the dust. All right, what does that dust represent? That dust represents confusion. All right, so the Lord's getting ready to bring everybody down to a state of confusion. All right. Let's go. I'm gonna get maybe a couple more scriptures, and I'm gonna close them on out, you know, because pretty much I made the point, you know, and you know, Slack, if I was speaking fast, rambling, you know, but that movie just had me it had me pumped because this is what we waiting for. You know, we waiting for the society to collapse. You know, we waiting for Esau to bring it. You know what I'm saying? So we know that, hey, things is getting close. All right. So let's go. All right, let's go, champ. Let me see. What am I looking for? Oh, here it is. This is 2nd Ezra the 6th, verse 22. It says, "And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouse shall suddenly be found empty, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid." All right, so yeah, you're gonna hear sirens, you're gonna hear alarms, you're gonna hear all that, man. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna even hear a trumpet, all right, from the heavens. You know, all right, it's gonna be all type of sounds that are certain and sounds that are uncertain that you ain't never even heard before in your life. You know, it's like they wasn't prepared in that movie. They was hearing them frequencies. She was fucking their ears up. It was so like, I want to say it was like dense to the point where it was like cracking the glass. You know, all right. So man, because that's probably another video for another time. But you know, I'll probably talk to the brother about it because I've been having these apocalyptic type of dreams. So if it's something edifying through the spirit, I'll just do another lesson on it. You know, but nevertheless, so I had one today before I even did this lesson. But nevertheless, let me go to verse 24. It says, "And at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run." All right, so hey, you know, you're gonna see, hey, there's gonna be lack of food, no water. You're gonna see the love of many waxing cold. Hey, you know, the ones you thought that was your friends, families, they all gonna turn on each other. You know what I'm saying? And even for us, you know, that brotherly love got to continue, because even the scriptures say for us, you know, you shall desire to hear a voice. You know, what voice you gonna desire to hear? You're gonna desire to hear a brother's voice. You know what I'm saying? Some of us ain't even gonna have brothers around us. You know, just gonna be us, our faith, and how about Shema Shai. Okay, so it says, "Whosoever remain from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation and the end of your world." So I'm gonna end it right there with that. Giving all praise and glory to Yahweh Shema Shai. Lord willing, this was edifying, and with that, I'm gonna say shalom.